Alright guys, we're talking about Modern Warfare 3 2023 multiplayer, and I promise that's going to be the last time I say the full name of this game in the video, because otherwise we'll be 20 minutes of just saying the name of the game. But it's your typical Call of Duty stuff. I'm going to try to keep it relatively short, skim through your typical Call of Duty concepts and gameplay mechanics, and focus on the stuff that's changed, even though, like always, that's not a lot. But there are a couple things I want to go over. So, let's start straight from the beginning. Call of Duty multiplayer. You run around, you shoot people, you unlock guns and camos to level up through both the progression system, which caps at level 55, unlocking new guns, equipments, lethal, tacticals, perks, field upgrades, kill streaks, all that good stuff, and then the battle pass as well. The battle pass works like it always has. You pay your stupid $10, you get your stupid skins and your executions and your weapon charms, all of that good stuff. You dabble in some Warzone, some zombies, put on some XP tokens, look up what the most broken weapon of the week is, and then grind through that. And so, aside from your typical Call of Duty stuff, grinded through weapons, let's talk about the biggest change here, and that's the way that stuff is unlocked. If you've watched me talk about pretty much anything, I like progression. That's what I always talk about. If it's not a story game, it has to have a lot of progression, right? And so, even if that's a ranked mode, which isn't my appeal here in Call of Duty, every year COD comes out, I go through, start with the first assault rifle, reach all the way to max level, get every attachment, and go through every single gun like that until I've finished them all, and that's typically when I stop playing Call of Duty for the year. And so, my problem here is the way that progression works. And so, if we rewind back to Modern Warfare 2 from last year, let's take a look at how that worked so we can understand the system that they decided to go with here. So, everything that you have from Modern Warfare 2, all of the weapons, the attachments, everything carries over into Modern Warfare 3. The problem here is that there's less to unlock, but there's also more to unlock. What I mean by that is I always talk about they should carry over things from the last game, and they do that here. The problem is, all of the good guns and all of the absolutely broken guns are the new guns, and then the way the progression works on the new guns is terrible. So you have all of the guns from Modern Warfare 2, all the assault rifles, SMGs, all of that good stuff. Then the new guns, which I believe there's 32 of total across launchers, sidearms, shields, assault rifles, LMGs, all of that stuff combined. There's 32 new weapons, which is pretty typical of Call of Duty. Nothing insane, about 4 on average in each subclass. And it's nothing insane, but it looks like a lot when you have both the Modern Warfare 2 weapons that came in the base game, then everything through the year of Battle Pass, however many seasons it ended up being, each season adding 2 new guns, plus the 32 guns from Modern Warfare 3, and then the 2 guns from this first season of Battle Pass with Modern Warfare 3. So it looks like there's a lot here, but about 80% of it is just carried over from the last game. And that's where we get into my primary problem with Modern Warfare 3. And so, yes, the combat and all of that stuff, the way the game works, the sliding, the proning, the weapon recoil, the mounting, the tactic stance fire, as they choose to call it, all of that is good, the weapon customization, but it's all just copy and pasted from the last game. You really can't mess up when you just take the stuff from the last game that people liked and keep it, and then just get rid of the stuff that the people didn't like the dots on the minimap, for example. But keeping on the topic of stuff that's just returning and not making anything new, because everyone calls this game a DLC of Modern Warfare 2, let's look at the maps, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and read you guys out the maps that came out at launch. Now, if you've never played older Call of Duties, if this is your first Call of Duty, everything I'm about to say is gonna mean absolutely nothing to you. But let me go ahead and go through here. So you have Afghan, Derail, Estate, Favela, High-Rise, Invasion, Karachi, Quarry, Rundown, Rust, Scrapyard, Skid Row, Subbase, Terminal, Underpass, Wasteland, and then some ground war maps. Aside from the ground war maps, and even including some of these ground war maps, and depending on how you want to look at it, what you classify as just reusing a map, even though it's like a different section of a said map that was there before, but they just tweaked it a little bit, about 13 of these maps are just maps from another game. So they made about 4 maps, and of those 4 maps, 2 of them are absolute dog shit. Like, I back out of the lobby when I get them dog shit. So they made 2 new decent maps for this game. And for a game where the maps mean a lot, that's a problem, right? And it's like, yes, the game's good. Yes, it feels good. Yes, it's fun, because this game is fun. The problem is that, one, it's fun because it's Call of Duty and you got the bright, flashy text all over your screen telling you that you're doing good. That's what Call of Duty is known for, 1. 2, because it's the same gameplay as the past 10 games, specifically the last 3 games, that they've just tweaked and tweaked and tweaked to get it to the point that it's at. And 3, 90% of the maps are maps from old games that they filtered through the old games, filtered out the maps they didn't like, and just took the maps that everybody likes. So it's just giving you the best of the content that you've already played through, and filtering it back out to you. It's like you went through and game tested what maps worked, what weapons worked, what mechanics did and didn't work throughout the previous games, so that they can just feed the good ones to you this game. And they'll do the same thing in the next game. They'll take out the quarry and the other bad map that's in this game, and in 2 or 3 games, they'll put back in the maps from this game that are good, and the guns that you liked, and all of that stuff. The map from Warzone that you liked from this game, and they'll put that in the new game. They're like, oh, look how good it is. But really, they're just fist feeding you the old stuff because they can't make anything new. Now that I've had my mini rant about the maps, which is a problem, but like I said, it's fun to play the problem, so it's acceptable. Most people aren't going into the game trying to like review it and critique it and like talk about the game so that they make better games. They're just trying to play it for fun. And so fun-wise, is playing on Terminal fun? Yes. Is playing on Rust fun for the 14th time? Yes. It's like playing Nuketown. As many times as they remake Nuketown and Firing Range and all of these maps, you're going to enjoy them every single time, right? But is it like innovative and like moving the game forward and doing anything new? Absolutely not. But let's move on to the bigger problem. So the way you unlock weapons in this game. And so this is why my video came out so late, because it took me so long to understand this. So essentially, the way it works, if I understand it, and I could still be wrong, is just like every other Call of Duty game, you naturally unlock things up to level 25. Then, once you hit level 25, you unlock progression through daily challenges. And so, it's not like do this daily challenge to get this XP, or to get this emblem, or to get this weapon attachment that like adds a watch little Tamagotchi on the side of your gun. It's nothing like that. There's guns. And I don't mean battle pass guns. I mean, there's whole ass guns, like an assault rifle, that is locked behind daily challenges. And so what does that mean? There's a tab in the multiplayer lobby. Equipment. Lethals, tacticals, kill streaks, perks, guns, all of it. Field upgrades. It's all locked behind daily challenges. I am level 51. 55 is max level, and I don't have flashbangs, because you have to do daily challenges to do them. And let me explain this further. It's not like it's get 25 mounted kills and that gets you the flashbangs, or do 3 kills, 3 operator headshots with sniper rifles and that gets you the FAMAS. It's not how it works. It's do X number of daily challenges. Do 3 daily challenges and that gets you flashbangs. Do 5 daily challenges and that gets you precision airstrike. Do 8 daily challenges and that gets you the flashbang. The problem is that you are locked to 3 daily challenges. So if you want to unlock the flashbang, which say it's 5 daily challenges, you have to play the game for 2 days doing those daily challenges just to get a flashbang. Versus before, where I could reach max level in about a week and I have everything. So the problem with this, further, if you didn't already think it was a problem, the daily challenges don't stack. So what do I mean by that? So let's say you're trying to unlock, you equally want to unlock the flashbang and the FAMAS, right? Let's say there are both 3 daily challenges to unlock both of them. You can't do 3 daily challenges and then unlock the FAMAS and the flashbang after completing those 3 daily challenges. You have to activate one of those, either the flashbang or the FAMAS. Now, you've activated one, you do those 3 daily challenges, then you have to activate the one you didn't activate the first time and do 3 more daily challenges. So you can't stack them in any way either. And so I was doing the math, right? And yes, you can unlock stuff through leveling up, but most of it is through daily challenges, weapon attachments, weapons, all of it. And so my problem with this is just to unlock all of the kill streaks, just the kill streaks. If you did the most daily challenges you could do, for every single day that you could do them, it's something ridiculous like 19 days to unlock all of the kill streaks. If you want to unlock the kill streaks and the guns, it's about a little bit over a month just of every day doing all of the daily challenges you can to unlock the kill streaks and the guns. And, you know, the list goes on and on. So as you add field upgrades, tacticals, lethals, all the weapons, the weapon attachments, all of it, as you add all of it, I didn't actually do the math. I'm sure it comes out to 2.5 months of daily challenges, maybe even 3, that you have to do in order to get everything unlocked. Now that's great for people that play Call of Duty year-round and like gives you a progression system to play through. But for people like me that play Call of Duty for about 2 weeks after it comes out and then never touch it again, you're locking so much of your game off to where I know, like, I'm almost certain that like the FAMAS that I don't have unlocked through daily challenges isn't going to be world changing. I've used a FAMAS before. I know what it's going to play like. I don't feel like I'm missing out by not using it, but you're locking half your game off behind that, because a lot of people aren't going to sit here and have the time or care enough, like I don't, to do the daily challenges to unlock this stuff. I'm just going to work around it and unlock what I can unlock naturally, and then when I'm bored of the game in probably another couple days, that's it. I'm not going to unlock it. Another problem, let me give you a different example to maybe if you're somewhat confused somehow by what I've tried to explain so far. Let me go ahead and give you another example. So let's say I'm using, they don't have an M4 in this game, but let's say I'm using their variant of the AK, right? Whatever AK it is, AK-12, I don't know what it's actually called in the game, but you're using the AK. You want, let's see, your favorite AK build is Red Dot Mini Reflex Cronin 3 and Underbarrel Short Stubby Grip 3, right? Let's say those are the things that you want. And you have to unlock both of those through daily challenges. You don't just unlock them through progression. That's at minimum if they're only 3 daily challenges. Some, again, cost 5, some cost 8. If they're only 3 daily challenges, that's 2 days that you have to do daily challenges in order to unlock those 2 attachments that you want for your gun. The problem with that is if you're like me and you're just using a gun until you're max level, or using the gun until you get the gold camo on it and then moving on to the next one, is that you will level up the gun, or you will get the gold camo quicker than those 2 days. So I have guns. I have every single assault rifle done. They're all max level. I got about half of the attachments on all of them, because I'm not sitting here and waiting for those daily challenges. I don't have the patience for that. I don't enjoy Call of Duty enough. If you play the game the tiniest bit, if you get on, you're like, oh yeah, let me do like 2 or 3 matches, that's fine. And you play the game like all year, this will work for you. This is for those types of people. People that play this game hardcore, like 8 hours a day for 2 weeks and then never touch it again, you're the person that this punishes. And so this daily challenge unlock system, combined with just the copy and paste, literally, of maps, and then the copy and paste of gameplay that we get every single year, the lack in innovation of kill streaks, score streaks, whatever you want to call them. I'm really tired of looking at the same ones. Like, I know Mortar Strike and Precision Airstrike are the same thing, but at least change them a little bit, right? At least change Napalm Strike and SAE, they're the same thing. Come up with some new ones. We've been using the same ones for about 5 years. Can we get some new kill streaks, please? The Mosquito Drone? Dope. I use that over UAV because it's different and it's new, right? I don't care that it kind of sucks. Give me something cool and new to play with. So if I had to give this a score, right, I'm struggling, because Call of Duty is quite literally the perfect 5 most of the time, right? It's perfectly average. It does what it needs to do to be fun for about a week of playing it, and then after that, it's about it. Like, I didn't feel like I wasted my money most of the time, but I didn't feel like I got a good return on my $70. That's typically how I feel about Call of Duty, right? It's typically how I feel about the multiplayer. And if you watched my campaign video, we talked about splitting the cost in a 3-part zombies multiplayer and the campaign, each being around, what, $22, $23 for each part of the game. So is this worth $20? I mean, yeah, it's fine, but I would honestly give it a 5 if they would have came out, well, one, if this daily challenge system wasn't in here, because that's almost worth the whole point on its own. But if that wasn't in here, and if they came out with their own unique 16 maps, and every single one of them was garbage, I would take off just as many points as them just reusing old maps that I like. Because, like, yeah, I like playing on Rust and Terminal and all that stuff. When they add Shipment 24/7 back, like, you know they're going to, I'll enjoy that. But I don't want to be playing these same 15 Call of Duty maps for the next 30 years. Call of Duty is like Star Wars, right? It's like if they released an Episode 7, and this analogy might be totally lost on you, so if it is, I'm sorry. But it's like if they released an Episode 7, which is just a carbon copy, essentially, of Episode 4, and they just released that every single year. Just every single Star Wars piece of content they ever released was just a carbon copy of the first thing that they made. That's what Call of Duty does, and when they do it to this extent, at least usually they replace some stuff, but it's so obvious here that it's a problem. That, combined with the daily challenges and all the other stuff I talked about, but at least the main menu works, so we're going to give this a 4 out of 10. It's not terrible, like, it's fun when you don't think about the progression and you're just playing the maps that you like, but using the same stuff over and over and all the other stuff I talked about in this video 1,400 times over makes it below average most Call of Duty multiplayers, but most people seem to be enjoying it. You guys let me know what you think of the multiplayer down in the comments below, and next video we'll be talking about the zombies.